hang on. There we are. We're live now. So welcome, Jess.
Hi.
Jess is one of our course community. So Jess, you tell me, Jess, you tell us how long you've been around our community for, and tell us a little bit about you.
I think I've been on the Facebook community for like a couple of months, like not heaps of time, but I found the podcast back like last year. I think it was whenever you were up to about episode 6, I think, at the time.
Oh, so long time listener.
Yeah, like I'm a bit fangirl at the moment, a bit starstruck.
You're hilarious. So you've done our online course.
So and then I signed up for the online course, just the one that's just gone, and I freaking loved it. It was the best.
I'm just sharing this into hold on one sec.
You're right.
Into the community, so that people from our community can jump on as well. So for those of you who are watching, Kirsty did this with Lisa yesterday, and we've got heaps of our course community have volunteered to do this. So you'll be seeing quite a few of our course members. But the idea is that rather than just Kirsty and I going, oh my gosh, we think the course is amazing, you could actually hear about it from people who have invested in the course, done the course, and still like us enough that they're happy to come and tell you all about it.
Absolutely.
So, Jess, you joined for the first time in August, so only a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
What caused you to join?
I think it was just the frustration of, like, no matter how much you clean and how much you do housework, and it just felt like that it was never done. Like, for me, it always felt on top of me, and like we'd spend all our Sunday cleaning, and because Harley and I both work full time, and 3 kids, and it's just the kids cause that mess, and we always have a messy house. So, and I remember how I actually found your podcast was I'd come across a podcast somewhere. Oh, my kids are knocking at the door.
Let them in if you need to. This is real life.
Hang on a second. Hang on, Rob. So and I put in there like decluttering, and hey, no, you need to go out quick. Off you go. You say hey, Amy. You say hey.
Hi. How are you, gorgeous?
Off you go. You go help with Dad. Yeah. Anyways, I remember putting in a search like decluttering just to find anything that might help, or like organizing, and you guys come up, and I will forever remember that day because I listened to the wardrobe one, and I was like, this is amazing and so practical, and I loved it. Like, instantly fell in love with your podcast, and I like binge listened to the rest of them then. And then I found the community, or you added me to the community, and I love that too. And then the course come along. Yeah. And at first I was a bit hesitant because I was like, the money and that sort of thing. And then I watched your video about making money, and I thought, well, you know what, like since I've been an adult, left home at 18, so the last 8 years, whatever, I've always struggled with housework, and has countless, arguments about why the house isn't ready and that sort of thing, presentable. And I always wanted to have friends over just unannounced and not have to feel ashamed of just making life easier sort of thing. So I thought, bugger it, I'm going to invest in me because I'm always doing things for my kids, so why not do it for myself? And it's turned out so much better than I could have ever hoped, and it's just changed our whole family. So I'm so glad we did it. And I actually didn't have enough to start, so I sold stuff to get started and did the payment plan, and it worked out really well. So
I love that you did that, Jess. In fact, tonight at 8:00, I'm coming live into the community and doing my 10 ways to make $400 in the next 24 hours. Because I know your story from last time was that you did, and there were actually quite a few others that joined the course based on me going, here's ways to make $400. Don't delay, just go and do it.
Yeah, and it's not like philosophical stuff. It's actually practical things you can do. It's like, I'm currently in my bathroom now, so.
Oh, that's the best. Lisa had to hide in her car yesterday, so if you're sitting on the toilet, that's totally fine.
I'm in the bath. It's so good.
That's great.
Yeah.
So tell me about your family, like I know how many kids you've got, but tell us what ages your kids are and kind of what stage of life you're at.
So we moved house for like the 8th time nearly a year ago. So we had another new house, and we've got 3 kids. We've got a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 3-month-old. And a year ago, I started a business. I am a bus driver for a school, so I do like 2 shifts a day of a couple of hours driving. And my partner works on a farm, so we live out of town. Charlie's our eldest is in school, which is the school I drive for. And so my 2 youngest are home with me all day, every day. They're always with me. And
do they go on the bus with you?
Sorry?
Do they go on your bus run?
Yeah, I have like 2 car seats in my bus.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah, my youngest loves it, so she's awesome. But yeah, so like we are up and out of our house at 6:30 in the morning, me and the 2 younger ones, and my hubby actually drops them off to another bus, the older one, or he comes with me. But most of the time we're out of our house by 6:37, so we have to be organised. And I started kind of being organised when I did the course. This course has made it so much easier. And yeah, the season of life, it's like a lot of toys, kind of a lot of different, and because of the age gap of my kids, they're not all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I've always got like a bigger boys' toys, and then little boys' toys, and then baby stuff, and yeah, and it's like I've got my office, which I never used to have. I never used to have an office because I didn't have a business, and yeah, it's just it's a very different season for us now than say what it was a couple of years ago when we were up in Mount Isa and having a mind job, and yeah, I was working retail, I think, with like 2 kids. So
yeah. So now you're much more regional, aren't you? So you're out of town, but like you're actually what we would call regional.
Yeah. So we live about 80 k's out of town. I grew up on a property, so it's very easy for like it's home for me. Like I'm used to it. But Harley's always lived in town, so. But yeah, it's our kids love it, and it's the best. And like we don't, and that closest neighbours are like 5k away.
Wow.
Than them, then other closest neighbours like 10k. So
it's so lovely. And one of the things I love about the course is that whether you're in a regional city, whether you're rural, or whether you're overseas, or whether you're living in Iceland, you can come and do the course. So it's not just like families in the big city that have too much stuff in a small house. You can still have sprawling acres and still need to declutter.
Yeah, exactly. And like I listened to every podcast basically that you'd done, and thought I had done really well.
You had done well.
Yeah, I'd done a heap of stuff. And then through doing the course, I was like, oh my gosh, like, nope. And and when I get in those moods, I just get ruthless and just start throwing stuff out. So no, it's been really good. And your online selling course is awesome. Like I learned so much from that. So yeah, no, it's been really, really good. Yeah.
So for someone that's maybe listened to the podcast and done the clothing challenge this week, what's different? Like, what did you get out of the course that you couldn't have got out of listening to the podcast or doing the course, the challenge? Because we give away lots of free stuff. Podcast is free. The challenge was free. We've got a webinar coming up in a couple of weeks that's free. But what's something that you got out of the course that was different?
I think the biggest thing I loved was the community in the course. And that you have other people going through exactly the same process with you that understand what's going on. Like they understand how hard it might be to go through something, whereas like someone else in your family around you that has no idea that you're doing a course, or even if they do know you're doing the course, they don't get that sort of thing. But yeah, there's little hints and there's little tips. Like someone might ask something on, say, one of the Wednesday night chats that you're like, oh, that's right, that would make that so much easier. Or
yeah.
And the Sunday night one's awesome because it's like, my time, catch you later, I'm gonna go do this.
I love it.
And then it is really good though. There's so much more in it than you can ever get out of the podcast. And I mean, trust me, I'm a massive podcast fan. But it's the interaction, and it's things that you don't think of that you guys just know. And yeah, it's definitely those, how you break it down into different steps each week, and you have that whole week to process that and then go again. And you're still processing some things from like week 1 and week 3. So
yeah,
you're like,
and it kind of builds, doesn't it? Like builds, like we lay foundations. So it's like, no, you've got to do this before you do this, because your understanding will make it easier.
oh yeah.
So I don't want to talk too much about the money stuff, because I will talk about it tonight. But tell me, for you, obviously it was a sacrifice and you had to make that money. Like it wasn't just, you didn't come one day and go, oh, I have $400. What in the world am I going to do with this money? It's just, I've got nothing else I could put it towards.
Yeah.
Like you intentionally had to go and make money to invest in the course. So for someone else who's in your situation, any advice?
Oh, no. But as I said, oh, you there? Oh,
yeah.
I'm in a different room now. Hang on. Oh, it's okay. I'll send it into him. Sorry. What was I saying? Yeah, so I think lots of people have been in that situation, but as I said, it's not so much you're paying for $400 to do something on your phone. It's you're paying $400 to get your knowledge that we don't know. Like you and Kirsty just have so much knowledge, and that's so valuable. And it's like you guys aren't in our house and that sort of thing, but it's implementing those things, and it's investing in you and investing in your family and investing in your future that I found really, like, I'm so glad I did it. There's some things now, like it is like, oh, this sounds really silly, but it's life-changing. Like for me it was. And it's, as I was saying to you on the phone the other day, like I used to yell at my kids every morning, like, oh my God, it's 20 past, it's 6:30 and we're not out of the house. Hurry, hurry, hurry. And it'd be because we couldn't find things, or because, we weren't organised and we weren't somewhere where we're meant to be. Whereas now, because I am organised, because we know exactly where everything is, everything has a home, and it makes it so much easier. I don't yell at my kids anymore, like, which is massive for us.
It's huge. Like, who wouldn't pay $400 to not have to yell at their kids anymore?
I know, right? And then
someone else was telling us the other day it's the best marriage therapy they've ever had.
Hey?
Someone else was saying it was the best marriage therapy ever. Like their marriage came out so much better at the end of it.
Cheaper than therapy. No, I haven't had it, no. But it's, and that's what I was saying, like my hubby sleeps in long, like I wake up earlier and go before he gets out of bed. And before I was doing it, because I was so overwhelmed by everything, I was like, why aren't you helping? And I get resentful and cranky at him, whereas now, because it's easy to get up and going now, even with 3 kids before 6:30 in the morning, it's so manageable now that it's made us like better. And like this morning, I had all my housework done before the in-laws came at like 9 o'clock.
Wow.
And everything was finished. The kids got in and helped me. We cleaned up their room in like 30 minutes, vacuumed. Everything was so easy. If you had done that like 2 months ago, I'd still be cleaning. And
I
still
love that, Jess.
So
that's great. That's what we want for you.
I've got so much time back for myself, to the kids, and so much white space and so much mental white space, which is amazing for me. I
reckon you've said that a couple of times throughout the last couple of months when you've been in the course. You're like, I feel like I've closed a whole lot of tabs in my brain, or I feel like I can think again. And I just love that. Like that's, some people, that's the reason they're going to join up, is they're going to go, I want what Jess has. I want my brain to feel decluttered.
Yeah, like just doing stuff. Like for me, before this, I was like, oh, I'm just a procrastinator and that's just who I am. Now I'm like, no, don't be silly. Don't be a procrastinator. Just do it. Like, it makes my life so much. Like, I always think like my future self thanks me for what I do now. So if I'm procrastinate, my future self's going to hate me. Like, be like, oh, why didn't you do that?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, thank you for cleaning the kitchen last night. I don't have to do it this morning. So, yeah.
I love it, Jess. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you get back to your family. I think we might have, oh, there you are, you're back. But thank you so much. I love that we can get other people to encourage our community and those who follow along. So come and join. We've had had a few people join in the last 24 hours for the course. So early bird is $397 until Wednesday at 8 p.m. So don't pay full price when you don't have to. So thank you, Jess. Enjoy your Sunday. Sorry?
So don't do what I did, like join like the hour before it finished.
Anyone can join an hour before it finishes, but if you want to get an early bird.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Thank you, Jess. Enjoy your Sunday.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.